Hello Year 12, my name's Miss Rapson and I'll be your head of year from September, and this video is really to welcome you to our school and also to our online induction programme.
Welcome Year 11 students and soon to be Year 12 students. My name's Chris Price, I'm the head teacher of Cherwell School. We would normally be welcoming you into our school hall for our 2-day sixth form induction, but unfortunately this year, as you know, we're not able to do that, so we'll be doing it remotely. However, I wanted to immediately emphasise, particularly to young people who have not been previous members of the Cherwell School, you're incredibly welcome. We are looking forward to September and we really want to welcome you into our community. In terms of joining the school, there's just a few things that I want to say, particularly about the sixth form at the moment. One of the things that's always really important to me to emphasise is that when you join our sixth form, you're joining a school that has a sixth form. It's not a sixth form college. And therefore that comes with a level of responsibility about joining our community. We expect our sixth formers to have a big role in terms of the wider life of the school. We have a number of children in our school who are particularly vulnerable, and we would really want our sixth formers to be part of the wider body within the school, making the school work successfully for all the young people. We would want you to come with incredible excitement about starting your A-level courses and your EPQ. The ability to choose your courses post-16 is one of the great exciting things about education in this country, and we want you to really relish those choices and make the most of them. So in terms of the remote induction, and when you do get some subject specific sessions, please make the most of them, and also really engage with any follow-up work that you've been asked to do. It really will make a difference and is something which when you join us in September will stand you in really good stead. What I'd normally be saying if you were here face to face and this was our assembly greeting, I'd be emphasising the fact that for all of you, first impressions count, and that is for students who have already been at Cherwell as well as those who are joining us for the first time. Now, although you won't be making necessarily those face-to-face impressions, you will be making the right impressions through the way you respond to your teachers, the way you respond to individual pieces of work, the way you work with the pastoral teams and your tutors. So I would really encourage you to give that brilliant first impression, because that will stand you in such good stead as you move forward in the school. The final thing I really want to say is I really do hope that all of you receive the results you hope for in the summer, and that those results allow you to move on to your next best steps, and that they're what you want to do. We really hope that's with us with our sixth form, but I want to wish everyone who's watching this from Cherwell Year 11 and from other Year 11s across the city and the county the very best luck for the summer and beyond. Best wishes.
Hello Year 12, and what I'm going to do now is very strange, but I'm going to give you a virtual tour of the school. So where I'm walking down now is for most of you what will be your typical journey to school. So you walk through this alley, probably either coming from Summertown, where you've got off the bus, or walking from home, and you're going to walk towards the school gates. Now, as you'll have noticed, Cherwell School is right at the heart of a very bustling community, right in the heart of Summertown. So we ask that on your arrival to school that you're really respectful of that community around you, and making sure that on your arrival that you are really conscious of the people also going to work or about their day. So here we are, I'm now walking towards the school gates. And what we'd like you to do is to arrive at these school gates every day about 8:25, so that you can be through the school gates, which is what I'm just about to do now, and then be ready to get to your tutor sessions for 8:30. Okay, so we're now on the school site. So once you're on the school site, you'll need to make sure that your badges are on and that your mobile phones are away. So year 12, once you've arrived on on the site, if you've arrived by bike, this bike shed here is for you. This is our sixth form bike sheds, and the reason why we suggest you use this one is it doesn't get locked throughout the day. So for those of you who may have a study period at the very end of the day, you can leave site and your bike won't be locked up. So we suggest you use this bike shed. Okay, so you've got into school, it's 8:25, you've locked up your bike if you arrive by bike. The next thing then to do is to get to tutor time. So if we walk with me, all of you will take the same journey and walking here towards the centre of the school. Now this is really useful because you can work out where you are from this centre spot. If I stand here, there's not as many cars around normally, but over here we have North Block, or the Tower, which is essentially where maths and English is studied. You might have the odd other lesson there. In this direction over here we've got our art and DT rooms, and what I'm going to do now is walk you towards essentially the important places that you'll be finding, which is the hall and the sixth form common room. So if you follow me, every Friday we have assembly, and assembly starts at 8:30, and so we'd like you to get here for 8:25 to be seated. So I'm going to walk down the steps while talking and not fall over. Okay. So this is Northside Hall. I'm not going to take you in there, but this is where we have assemblies, or all meetings where we need all of you to sit together. And so as you can see from your entrance into the school, it's pretty easy to get to this space. Okay, next then I'm going to take you in this direction. This here is a sixth form common room. And as you can see, we've got our main sixth form common entrance, head's office in the corner, but this is the building where you'll spend the most amount of your study periods, where we'd really like you to come and do your work in silence, where you can really study and get your homework and revision work done. So year 12, this is the sixth form common room. We've got a study area here and a study area here. So this is where you'll spend a lot of your time when you're in the sixth form. And just over here are our offices, and this is Mrs. Fisher, who's going to be a really important person in your life. Mrs. Fisher's my deputy year leader, so we'll be looking after you in terms of attendance, punctuality, and is here every day in this office if you've got any concerns or need any help. If we just walk further up the common room, we've then got the offices of Miss Alexander, who is Assistant Head Teacher in charge of Post-16 education.
This is my office. You can find me in the sixth form study area. I'm one of the Assistant Head Teachers at this school, and my particular focus is on Post-16 education. So it's a real pleasure that I work very closely with you guys, the students, and also with the sixth form team.
And at the very end is Mrs. Surridge, who is our sixth form PA. So again, for anything else that you need support with, these people are here to help you. So year 12, we're now back at the sort of centre. We've come in through the school gates. I've shown you the sixth form common room. I've shown you how to get to the Northside Hall. What I'm now going to do is just take you a little bit further into the school so that when you arrive in September, you know where some of those rooms are that you need to get to. So if you follow me, we're walking now into the site. I've showed you the kind of DT rooms over in this direction for those of you doing product design. Over in this corner here are the art rooms, so I know a lot of you have applied to do art and photography. And now we're just moving slowly towards, you can see through this archway here, some of the science rooms are in here. Importantly, girls' toilets. And now we're heading into the rest of the school site. So if I stand here, you can see behind me the staff room, okay? And then over here is the back of the Northside Hall. In that direction is the gym and the PE offices. And actually from this point here, you can now see the rest of the school. So we've now got, on my side here, all the science blocks, and if you follow the path down, you've got the drama and the music block, and right at the back of the school you can see the building sticking up there out of the trees. That is humanities, so history, geography, and also languages and philosophy and ethics on the top floor. So although it looks slightly complicated when you first arrive, this main track that I've just taken you on should get you to most of the rooms you need to get to, along with your tutor group rooms and the sixth form common room. Now, of course, we totally understand that a virtual tour isn't quite as good as being here yourself, but we hope once you arrive, you'll be able to get to grips with the school site fairly quickly. Studying for A-levels is a really exciting opportunity, and for the first time in your school career you can genuinely choose the subjects that you are really passionate about and choose your own curriculum. And as a school we are really excited about supporting you for those next 2 years of your school career, and we hope as a school we can encourage you to really achieve your very best. So we appreciate that our usual sixth form induction would look very different to this. We would obviously normally invite you onto site where you can meet all those students who you're going to be studying with, alongside your subject teachers and the sixth form team. Now, we can't do anything about the current situation, but what we can do is offer you the very best next thing, which is this, a kind of online induction experience. So our aim is, over the next few days of work, is for you to be able to access resources which you would have done if you were actually here in school, and that includes some welcome assemblies like the one I'm giving now, alongside some tutor activities, as well as accessing lessons in the subjects that you've chosen to take. We are going to ask you to get involved in tutor activities where you can submit some forms about what we need to know about you, and for you to get involved in that learning experience. We're also going to be giving you information about what it is to be a student at Cherwell, so you can also think about if this is the kind of institution that you would like to do your A-levels in. Importantly, what you're also going to be doing is accessing work in each of your subjects, and we ask you to attend 2 lessons in every A-level subject that you've chosen to take. Now, all of that work is available in our sixth form induction hub, and on the hub you can see there are 2 headings: what it's like to be a Cherwell sixth former, but also subjects. And in that drop down section there is information about every subject that we offer at A-level and work for each of those A-level subjects. So this is your opportunity to really engage with some A-level resources, and also to submit some work to show how far, show what you want to achieve. We're also going to ask you to attend virtual assemblies, or recorded assemblies I should say, on our EPQ programme. That's the Extended Project Qualification, which all Year 12 students participate in, as well as our Social Wellbeing programme, just like we would as if you were in school doing the induction actually here on site. We know that participating fully in this A-level induction experience will mean you get a real sense of what it's like to be an A-level student at Cherwell School. We're also hoping that this means you are challenged, and challenge is a really good thing. We want you to be excited about the prospect of doing A-levels, and our aim is for these next few days is, by accessing that work, you are excited about joining Cherwell and about doing your A-level subjects. For all of you, I suggest after you've watched this video, you go straight to the next video in the Welcome Hub called What It's Like to be a Student at Cherwell, because I think that will give you a really good idea of what to expect, because part of this induction process is also for you to work out if this is where you would like to do A-levels. And we're obviously very excited about welcoming you all to our school, but what we also want to make sure is that you're making really informed decisions, and this induction process will help you to do that, will help you to make the decision about where to study your A-levels. Then what I suggest you do is over the next 2 or 3 days is follow the fairly detailed guide about the sixth form induction. What you'll need to do is 2 lessons in each subject, so for the majority of you that's 6 hours of lessons. If you've chosen to study 4 A-levels, then you'll be doing 8 hours of lessons. Alongside that, there are also the first tutorial introducing yourself, as well as work for the EPQ and watching some information on the social wellbeing programme. So there's plenty of activities and plenty of lessons for you to be accessing. And what we're saying in general is that this work should probably take you between 8 and 10 hours over the next few days. The final thing we're then going to ask you to do is to access the materials for your tutorial 2, which is really a reflection of your sixth form induction experience and getting you to think about the sixth form agreement and what to expect of your time at Cherwell. And that will then complete your induction process. What I'm going to say to all of you is first impressions count, even virtual ones. So for all of these pieces of work that we're asking you to do, please make sure they really reflect you and also the efforts that you are putting in, so that when we meet you in September, we've got a really great impression of you as a student. Okay. Getting involved with all these activities and joining in is a really good way of demonstrating to us that you want to come to Cherwell School to study your A-levels. But we also know that over the next few days you might think about whether this is the best place for you, and you might start questioning or thinking about other options. What I'm going to say to you now is that is part of the process. We want you to really think carefully about studying A-levels at Cherwell, and as I said, we are delighted to welcome all of you here, but at the same time we also want to support you in these next steps of your education. So if you are having any doubts or have any concerns, please don't hesitate to get in touch with a member of the sixth form team, of which we'll be putting our email addresses in that sixth form hub for you to contact, so you can talk to somebody about the options available to you. One of the most common questions we have through this process is from students who would like to change subjects. So you've applied to study 3 subjects, but actually you'd like to trial or try a different subject. Now, of course, you can do that. It's fairly easy with our online subject resources. What we are asking you to do, though, is if you'd like to change subjects, is that you do the work in that subject you'd like to take up and submit that work. And at the end of this entire process, we'll then be making a change of subject form available to you, so you can apply to change a subject if you so wish. So the aim of this experience, to summarise, is firstly to familiarise yourself with some A-level work and to get used to the challenge of that work that you're going to be doing in September. The second aim of it is to obviously familiarise yourself with the expectations of Cherwell as a sixth form. Thirdly, it's to meet the pastoral team and also to get involved in some tutorial work. And finally, it's to find out a little bit more about the extended curriculum at Cherwell, so the EPQ and social wellbeing, so that by the end of this experience you can make a really informed decision about joining Cherwell to study A-levels. So year 12. Now, my best advice is to use the induction sort of guidance sheet to work your way through the activities we have available to you. And what I can say from me as your head of year is good luck over the next couple of days. I hope you really enjoy the work we've put together for you to do, and I hope to see you all in the new term.